And they said, Kelly, no, this is serious. We have to do emergency surgery. And even if we do the surgery, who knows if it's going to save him? Who knows if it's going to work? You may have to come back a couple years later and do it again and again. And I didn't have the money. I couldn't do it. Hi friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly and my channel is all about living life well in a budget. And a budget doesn't have to be constricting, let you not do anything. No, it gives you freedom. And we are going to talk about just that. And the freedom that a budget can give you. And when you break that cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, what it can do for you and the freedom that it gives you and just the ability to sleep soundly at night. Oh, it is a game changer. So we're going to talk about how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, how to get ahead on your bills. It's going to be a lot of content, but I really think that this is going to bring you a lot of value and really make a big difference. So go get a cup of coffee, grab a pen and paper. You may want to take some notes on this, watch it a couple times, and save it for the future because I'm sure that is something that you're going to want to come back to. Now, I do want to preface this with some of the stuff that we're going to talk about is going to be a little tough love and some of the things that may seem extremely frugal. Now, I am not a frugal person anymore. There was a time in my life where I was frugal and everything, but I've gotten past that frugality and able to live a really full financial life and, go on these lavish vacations and different things like that. And I don't say that to brag, but I say that to make a point of sometimes you have to be frugal in the front end. And I don't want you guys to think that, this is just only a frugal channel and I'm just only about, cutting all your expenses down. No, I'm about growing your income. I'm about living a really full life and able to do fun things with your money. But sometimes that may cost cutting other aspects of your budget. So especially in the beginning, sometimes you have to make those sacrifices up front. So some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video are not things that I recommend you doing in the long run, in the long haul. They're not technically things that I'm doing now, but I did do them in years past to get to the point that I am now. So I hope that makes sense. Not rambling on too much, but sometimes you got to be frugal in the beginning so that you can get to where you want to be. The ultimate goal that we want to get to is 1 month ahead of our bills. That is going to be making such a big difference in your life. Think about that, guys. No more late fees, no more overdraft fees, no more how the heck am I going to pay this bill? I don't know if I can pay this. I have to sacrifice somewhere else to be able to pay this bill. Think of what that would create for you. Think about how different your life would be if you were 1 month ahead of your bills. So that's going to be our ultimate goal, and all of the tips that I'm going to give you, that's how I want you to kind of think in that mindset of getting 1 month ahead. So therefore, what you're going to be doing is now it's December, so you would be paying December's bills from November's money, November's paychecks. So you're going to be technically putting all of your November money into savings so that when December comes, you can pay those bills. So you're going to be 1 whole month ahead on your expenses. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. I would love to dig in deeper on that down below in the comments, but 1 month whole ahead on your bills. The next thing I want you to do is really dig in deep and find your why. Do some soul searching, really just figure out what it is that you want to do. What is it that you want to change? Is it that you want to be a homeowner for the first time? Is it that you want to have a better life for your kids? Is it that you want to be able to travel and go on these great experiences or have your kids have these great travel experiences? Maybe you want to have your kids in private school and they have to go to a public school that isn't the best school. What is your why? Really dig into that. I want you to write that down. Really just hone in on what your why is. And, think about different hard times that you've had to say no to in the past because of your bills. What are some times that you had to just go without, or, you had to sacrifice? I think back to, I don't know, what was it? Maybe 6-7 years ago, I had to make a really hard decision, and that was putting my cat down, my cat Simba. And I came home one day, it was a typical Sunday afternoon, and didn't think anything of it. Came home from church and I had hung out with some friends, and he was lethargic, he was not well, he cried, meowed every time I touched him. Something was wrong, and so I rushed him to a 24-hour vet. And I just thought it would, maybe be a UTI, just put a catheter and pump him out, something simple, $200, no big deal. And they said, Kelly, no, this is serious. We have to do emergency surgery. And even if we do the surgery, who knows if it's going to save him? Who knows if it's going to work? You may have to come back a couple years later and do it again and again. And I didn't have the money. I couldn't do it. And so I tried to do the financing. They had financing on hand, and I had a maxed out credit card that I couldn't put it on. And so I said, okay, let's, see if I qualify for the financing. And I didn't. They denied me. There was nothing that I could do to afford this. And there was nothing that I could have done to save him. And even if I did, who knows if it would have worked. They said that we can do the surgery, but there's no guarantee. This type of, illness that he has, it could come back in 6 months. It could come back in a couple months. It could come back in a year. We don't know. It's not like a one and done fix. And he was suffering, and I had to make one of the hardest decisions, and that was to put him down. And it was, that was hard. And then poor Skylar, this was Skylar's litter mate. She was crying around the house, crying for months and months and months, and looking for him. And it was so hard, so hard. And then that's why I got Piper to give her, a companion, and she hates him, still hates him. But back to the video of find your why. Like what, think back to times where it was hard. You had to make a really hard decision, and money was what held you back. I want you guys to be able to get to the point where if you have an emergency come up, it's not a twofold thing. It's not a emergency plus a financial emergency. You're able to take the financial part out, and then it's just an emergency. And that takes a lot. But when you get to that point, guys, it feels so amazing just to be able to deal with the situation at hand and not have to worry about the money. And that's where I want you guys to get. So sorry to get a little teary-eyed on you, but I hope that brings home the point that I'm trying to make. Now we're going to get practical. So have a zero-based budget. You guys know that I am all about the budget. I love budgets. And guys, I really want to break the stereotype that budgets are constricting and everything. No, guys, they really aren't. They really give you freedom. They really help set your goals. And they really help you just to keep you in line, keep you focused, keep you motivated. When I see at the end of the month how much money we're able to put towards savings or how the house fund or whatever it is that we're working on, like that's motivating to me. I'm like, all right, let's beat this goal next month. Let's put a little bit more next month. That's what I want budgets to be for you. So start with a budget. Start with a zero-based written budget. Make sure that everything is tracked. Know what's coming in for your income. Know what's going out for your expenses. Sometimes you have to do a spending analysis and look through your receipts, look through your bank statements, your credit, debit card. Look through and find out what you're making every single month, what you're spending every single month. Find out all of those purchases. They're really going to help just kind of give you like a aha, like, oh crap, we can cut back in these places, we are spending a good amount here, and do that spending analysis. Have that budget. I have a video series that I'm doing right now that talks about how to budget for X amount a month. So how to budget for a $2,000 a month. How to budget for a $5,000 a month is coming out on Friday. So I have a whole series coming out for you guys, and a couple of them have already released. So I'll have that down below in the description box for you. But that way you can kind of see, okay, this is what I make a month. I make $4,000 a month. This is what a $4,000 a month budget looks like, and kind of get the gist of it. But tracking all of your expenses, that's really going to be a game changer. Next is coming up with some extra cash. So, our goal is to get that 1 month's worth of expenses. So whatever that amount may be, know that number. You need to have that number written down. You need to have that as a goal, and do whatever you can to make some extra money. Do you have some holiday bonus coming up? My company is giving a holiday bonus. We don't know how much it is yet, but we do have a bonus coming. So do you have a bonus coming? Are you getting a pay raise? Put that extra money from the pay raise to your savings. The end of the year is coming. Maybe in January do a no spend month. Really just detox from all the spending. Any extra money, put that towards savings, toward your 1 month ahead. What about side hustles? I have a great video on side hustles that you can do from home, side hustles for the holidays. So many side hustle videos, and there's some really simple ones that just break it down, give you easy side hustle that you can make some extra money. Declutter and sell. Do you have a whole garage full of stuff? Do you have kids' toys? Do you have baby stuff? declutter, do some deep cleaning, declutter. Your home will feel so much more free and just without all just the extra stuff. And sell the stuff. You can sell it on Facebook Market, Craigslist, so many different apps out there. It is so cool how you can just kind of get stuff out of your house and declutter. Next is to automate your savings. If you are waiting until the end of the month and any leftover money you're putting to savings, it's not going to be a lot, if there's any at all. There's going to be something that comes up, something that, you know, oh, we have a couple extra $100. Let's go and do this. Let's spend that money on this. No, guys, automate your savings at the beginning of the month or every paycheck. Have a set amount. Maybe it was that raise that you got where you got an extra 4%. Put that 4% towards your savings. Every single paycheck, every single month, have it set up automatically at the beginning so that as soon as it comes out, you don't see it, you don't feel it. The more that's on autopilot, the better. And Capital One 360 is a really great place to house that. They have really great high interest rates so that you're making money back on your money, as you should. And also having a little bit of separation between your savings and your checking account can be a good thing. So if you're Capital One 360, if your savings account, your 1 month ahead is really close to your checking account where you can just kind of transfer in and out like it's nothing, that could be dangerous for you if you're not able to really hone in on your money. Now, if you have to wait 3 days to make that transfer, then it'd be like, oh, too bad, I can't buy that flat screen TV, or I can't do this instead. It's going to make you think twice about it. So sometimes having that distance, that inconvenience of having your checking account and your savings account at 2 different banks, it can really be a benefit for you. If you are finding value in this video, I would love for you to hit the like button. It's a great free way to help my channel out and promote my videos. The YouTube algorithm loves the like button. I don't know what it is about the like button, but YouTube loves it. Also subscribe if you are enjoying this video. I have a whole playlist on new to budgeting tips and different tricks and a whole different topics on new to budgeting. I'll have that linked down below in the description as well as at the end of the video. And if you have any questions on this, comment them down below. I try really hard to answer all of your comments and also the comments between you guys. Go check out the comment section. There'll be so many great suggestions and tips and questions and everything. You guys are amazing. This community is so awesome. I love you guys so much. And just the camaraderie and the questions and the motivation and everything, it is so inspiring down below in the comments. So go check that out. Next is to look at your fixed expenses. In my budget coaching that I do, I really take a look deep into people's budgets. And sometimes it's really hard, but their income is less than what their expenses are, or their income and their expenses are breaking even and they're not able to make any extra money towards anything. They're not able to get ahead because they're just barely breaking even. And sometimes we have to have that tough love conversation of, you may have to find a new place to live. You need to downsize a little bit. You know, maybe look for a smaller home, a smaller apartment, or even move to a different city. I think about my county, and it is crazy how just moving 15 minutes in a different direction can really save you a ton of money. So sometimes you have to move, sometimes you may have to downsize your car, you know, maybe go for a little bit less of a more economy car than you have. So making those changes, or sometimes you just need to increase your income. So there's going to be different things that you may have to do, some tough love that you have to give yourself on hitting those goals. Next tip is to save your raises. And we're coming to the end of the year where a lot of companies are giving out their annual raises. So whether you're getting a 3% raise, 5%, 10% raise, whatever it may be, take that extra money and put it towards your savings, put it towards your emergency fund or your 1 month ahead expenses, and just get into the habit of doing that every single year because you're already used to living off of that base amount, right? So any extra, that doesn't mean lifestyle creep. No, that means put it towards your savings and then live off of that. Or also if you get a bonus or tax season is coming up, use your tax refund, put that whole thing towards your savings account. Christmas bonuses. So many of my coworkers are all excited for the Christmas bonus because then they can go and buy their Christmas gifts with it. But if you follow my channel, you know that I recommend having a sinking fund for Christmas so that you're already saving throughout the year for Christmas. So when it comes, you have the money. So no, that Christmas bonus isn't going to your gifts. So that Christmas bonus, that's going towards your savings. Next is to ask for accountability. This one is huge, guys. It is so important to have accountability. Think about if you are wanting to lose weight or get fit in the gym. You are going to make so much more progress having an accountability partner than you are if you just go for it. But if you have to report to someone your food journal, if you have to report to someone your workouts, if you have to work out in front of someone versus just kind of working out on your own, you know, doing your own stuff, you're gonna work 10 times harder. Let's be honest. And having that accountability partner with your finances is the same thing. If you have to report to someone how much money you're saving or what your expenses are or your spending habits, you're gonna be sure to keep yourself in line because you don't want to be embarrassed. So share your wins, share your fails. Find someone that's going to keep you accountable, that's not going to judge you, that's not going to shame you, no, but that's really going to keep you accountable and help you achieve your goals. Accountability is so important. So whether that's a friend, a coworker, a spouse, a relative, a coach, a mentor, whoever it is, find someone to keep yourself accountable. Next is write down your goals. This one is huge, guys. I've done a lot of research recently on the power of goal setting and the psychology behind it. And I'm learning so much. It's blowing my mind. But writing down your goals, having them in front of you, looking at them every single day, it is amazing the difference that it makes. It is so cool. The psychology behind it. I just love it. I actually have a video next week coming out on my 2020 goals, how I'm achieving them, what steps I'm putting into place to achieve them. Make sure that your goals are SMART goals. That SMART goal format is so awesome, so succinct, so perfect for setting goals. I actually have a video next week on what are my 2020 goals, how I plan to achieve them, what steps I'm putting into place to make sure that they happen, because trust me, they will happen. But having your goals in place and set in stone and looking at them every single day, that's really going to help you achieve them. This next one, it comes with a little bit of tough love, but it comes from my heart. But own where you are. Own whatever struggles you have, whatever, bad things happened in your life, what the government did, what your family did, whatever it was, own where you are, draw a line in the sand and move on. Move past it. Put that behind you. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to look back there anymore. I came from a home where we didn't talk about finances. We didn't talk about money. I didn't learn about money. I didn't learn about student loans and how it worked and all the extra I'd be paying for. I didn't learn about stuff in high school. I didn't learn all about that. And I really, I didn't learn it. I don't know these things. And it really set me back for years and years and years. It wasn't until I said, you know what, Kelly? The internet's out here. There are so many different ways that I can learn. There are so many different ways that I can educate myself and learn and grow. And it wasn't until I started doing that and watching these YouTube videos of these people like Budget Girl, Lydia Sen, former Mrs. Jones, all these people, that I didn't start making a difference in my life and I didn't start achieving my financial goals. So own where you are, but learn from it and grow and make steps that you can today. That's one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel. There's so many millennials out there that were like me that didn't have that financial education, but it's 2020 now in a couple weeks and the internet is here and we can learn and we can grow and we can do that from the comfort of our own home. Sometimes, back to accountability, sometimes it's embarrassing. I talked about to my aunt the other day about my past because she watched the video where I talked about how I saved $50,000 and I talked about the financial struggles I had. And she said, Kelly, I had no clue. I had no clue that you were struggling that much. And I said, yeah, I know. I was ashamed and embarrassed. And, I knew that my family couldn't help me. But think about where I am now. And that's why I started my channel, is because, a lot of times we're ashamed and we don't want to go and talk to someone and we don't want to share with our family and our close friends. But we can watch videos from the privacy of our home. We can binge watch for hours, for days, videos like this that really teach us and learn and educate ourselves without having to be embarrassed. And I know that we shouldn't be embarrassed by it, but a lot of times we are. So I hope that wasn't too much tough love for you guys. Next, we're gonna talk about 10 ways that you can make some extra money for the holidays, extra money to go towards your goals. We're gonna break it all down for you, and I have some really great practical side hustles for you. So I'll see you in that video.